Therapy. If you've been watching my channel for long enough, you know that I have a gripe with many things. And I'm always right. I'm eternally correct. If I have a gripe with something, then that something is in trouble because my logic is infallible. And I have a genuine problem with therapy as a whole. What is therapy? Well, therapy is the idea that you need to go through life crying about the bad things that have happened to you to some other mortal being as if they are God. And that somehow that makes things better. You need to go to some other normal human with their own problems, who's no better than you, and sit there and go, oh, this happened, that happened. And that somehow this inaction is going to improve your life. One of my largest problems with therapy is that it's an antithesis to my worldview. And my worldview is that action always wins. Momentum, speed, power, forward, forward, forward. Anyone who's done business with me knows the first thing I say is, okay, good idea. How quickly is it done? The sooner it's done, the sooner it makes money. If it takes 2 days instead of 1 day, that's one extra day we've lost we can never make money during. If you want to be a millionaire, do things quickly. Action wins. Therapy is not action. Therapy is sitting and crying and complaining. Talk is not action. A fucking chit chat isn't action. Is it, G? No. G knows. Action is doing something. If you feel depressed, G, you're going to spill fucking coffee and you're ruining my Tate speech. Piss off. If you feel depressed, you go to the gym. You do something. You don't sit and cry about it. Oh, I feel depressed. Let's go sit and have a talk. Words don't count as action, not in the harsh realm of reality. So that's one of the first problems I have with therapy. The second problem I have with therapy is therapists don't want you to get better. Therapists want little piles of goo they can poke at, little weak individuals they can just poke at and ask stupid questions to. We're going to pay an hourly rate forever. It's not in their business model to improve your life. It doesn't make any sense. They just want to sit there and let you just talk shit as long as it takes. What's crazy about this is, how can you go and sit in front of a therapist and not cross your mind that this therapist has a bullshit life anyway? All these therapists are getting divorces and cheating on their fucking wives and are just as depressed as you. If therapists understand psychology so well, why are they not all living these perfect, ideal lives? Well, they're not, because they don't know shit. The idea that therapy is somehow necessary or mandatory is just new age Western garbage. The thing with all this new age shit is that something should be universal across the human condition. If therapy was so necessary, it would have been necessary forever. The fact that it wasn't necessary before and is now necessary means it's new think, new age, and you've been conditioned to believe that you need it. People survived without it for a very, very long time. Therapy is not necessary. Action versus inaction. Therapists live in a world of inaction, to sit and chit-chat and talk and discuss. Maybe, tell me when you were 12, that time you had that orange juice, who gives a shit? I live in a world of action, and you know what action is? Physical force. Action. Me standing up is real action. Me whooping someone's ass is real action. Sitting there having a chit-chat and writing things down is inaction. Therapists live in a world of inaction, I live in a world of action. And as I said at the beginning, action always trumps inaction. Robin Williams is my test case. Robin Williams is the case people often come at me and say, well, if depression isn't real, why did Robin Williams kill himself? Well, I'll tell you why. Therapy is why. Robin Williams did 12 years of therapy. For 12 years, not only was he taking mind-altering antidepressant drugs, which is a video in and of itself, why I'll never do antidepressants, but on top of that, every single day he's sitting there with a therapist. If you sit in front of someone all day, every day, and talk about all the bad things that have ever happened to you all day, every day, you're gonna feel pissed off. Even I would want to jump off a fucking bridge if I spent 12 years talking to some dickhead about all the bad things that's happened in my life. It's detrimental. Sitting there crying about bad things is never gonna help you. If you're the kind of person who feels like they need therapy, you need someone to talk to make me feel better, do you know what you are? You're useless. Because in the harshest realities of this cold world, there are people in Syria whose entire families have been blown to fuck with a bomb from the sky, who are still getting up every day, making bread and selling it on the streets so they have enough money to buy a new pair of sandals sometime next year. While you're crying about nothing with your first world bullshit to some therapist who probably does coke on the weekends. My final point on therapy is as follows. It is detrimental. Not only is it useless, not only is it not a science, not only is it bullshit, it actually makes people worse. The worst thing you can do if you have a problem is sit and talk about it all day. People say you shouldn't bury your problems because if you repress them, that's bullshit. World War II, how many people died did everyone sit around and fucking go, oh, we don't have time to rebuild all the cities and create the NHS. We need to sit and can talk about all the bad things that's happened. Every single person has a horror story, from Russia to Germany through France, England, America, the Japanese, the Philippines. Everyone has something bad to say. So let's somehow clone the entire population of Earth so we have enough therapists and sit there and talk all day instead of getting shit done. Bullshit! People shut up and they got shit done. There's nothing wrong with fucking having something bad happen to you, internalizing it the best you can, maybe speaking about it with someone close to you, but in general, just shutting the fuck up and getting on with it. Therapy is detrimental.